Hello and what is up, guys? My name is YUGIOH from ScreenCasterz, and I'm coming to you now with a brilliant UA deck profile. I have done some duels with this deck against my Red Eyes Black Dragons, so if you guys want to see that, there will be a link to it down below. It's an amazing, pretty cool deck profile to showcase what both decks can do when paired up against each other and stuff like that. I also have done some more duels with this deck, which we'll get to before the deck profile, so without further ado, let's get started. Alright, on for the duels. First things first, we're going against a really bad Lightsworn player. I personally play Lightsworn, and I'll be the first one to tell you that Lightsworn Saber is not a good card to play Lightsworns, and neither is Magic Cylinder or Gragonith. He's playing a 60 card deck, so it's pretty safe to say this guy is I wouldn't say the best player, but at least you can see UAs in action against something relatively fast. Anyway, so I made him go first. He didn't even do the first Raiden self-mill, just summoned Raiden mill too. That's fine. And set and pass, one thing you have to realize about UAs is that the deck does lose to back rows. So I put 3 Twin Twisters because of that, and since I saw 2 back rows, I decided to play a little bit conservatively, and you'll see so in a second. So I have to make Brilliant Fusion, go for Seraphonite, bring out the Trick Clown. That's pretty great. Do I double normal summons? Do that. Notice I didn't bounce the midfielder for one of my UAs because I wanted to keep my big playmakers in my hand because I wasn't sure if he had Honest. I mean, Honest doesn't really affect UA Mighty Slugger, but if he had like a Solemn Warning or something, I'm pretty much dead in the water. So I decided to do this, get rid of his Raiden. Then I summoned a UA midfielder, my actual normal summon. That's what I love about the Brilliant Fusion and Seraphonite engine so much is you get 2 normal summons. So if you have like the field spell up and 2 midfielders, you can just normal summon both, get 2 searches, go for Rebounder, Ace, Slugger, whatever you want, Dunker. There's a lot of cool things you can do with it. So I used my first summon for a midfielder, overlaid him with a Trick Cloud Main Castel, shuffle something back in the deck, which was the Raiden, and then I did my second normal summon, which was my actual normal summon for midfielder, and then bounced him for Slugger, and I think I'll make Shark Fortress attack twice and then attack for game, because got all the power jersey. But oh yeah, he's still alive a little bit. But that Magic Cylinder did save him. He top decks into a dead MST, and he MSTs that, which actually did me a favor because one thing I forgot to do about because normally when I activate Jersey, I win the game. But one thing I forgot is that if Jersey is still on a monster during your next standby phase, that monster gets banished. So when he MST'd this card, my monster does not get banished, so he actually did me a favor by blowing up the Jersey. Typically what you want to do is bounce that UA with another UA in your hand, so this goes to the graveyard, but since you did a bounce, it goes back in your hand so you can recycle it, but you don't want your monster banished during next turn. It's basically a TK card, but if it doesn't go well, you can just bounce it back and reuse it. So I just attack for game with him with his Armani's effect. That's a pretty good duel. It kind of showcases what the deck is made to do, which is basically abuse double normal summons. I did get my field spell, which is the main reason you want the normal summons. But it's basically what the deck is there for. You basically normal summon your midfielder, get as many pluses as you can, make some XYZs, and attack for game. On for the next one. This next duel is against a new deck, the Chemical Beast. I had no idea what the hell was going on this entire duel, so I just went with it. I just followed my instinct. So basically I did some bounces, UA siding deal for a midfielder. If you don't have midfielder and you have a bunch of UAs in hand, one of the best things to do is basically just siding deal into your midfielder. It's basically a search card for it since you don't have, since you only have 1 Rhoda. So what I did is bounce it so I get that normal summons next turn. So I bounced and made a pretty good field. Block Factor is such a good card against any, special summoning deck. And then yeah, I make Rafflesia, which is a pretty good standard first turn. Treacherous Trap Hole is still a very good card. He polys into the this thing. I don't know why I negated its effect, but I did so he doesn't get his Gemini's effects. Then I do Treacherous Hole to nuke them both. Dump Trick Clown, he comes back, and I'm in a very good situation. I top decked the Stadium a little bit after I needed it, but it's fine. So it basically just turned into Rebounder Beatdown. Yeah, he goes for the field spell. I still have no idea what anything he was doing, but it's cute. I mean, he's not really doing much. We got rid of the Seraphonite, so I can't do a double normal summons, but yeah. Not sure what I was really doing this part. I was trying to put as much damage and pressure, so like, oh, I'm going to beat you next turn, you gotta do something cool to stop me, but I think, yeah, he does this. And yeah, he got rid of my block backer, which sucks, and my Rafflesia, which is okay. But I top deck the Rhoda, go into midfielder, and I just go off from here. Get my searches, go for Dunker. he gets a boost, run over him, destroy his field spell for some extra salt, and then attack free game. But yeah, that's basically what the deck is there for. This is the main reason you run Brilliant Fusion, because of the field spell. You basically keep your normal summons, keep your advantage up. The UA field spell is not once per turn, so if you get multiple normal summons, you get multiple searches, so that's where the deck really thrives. You make XYZs, your monsters get really bigger, and then you just attack free game. It's very overwhelming once you get the ball rolling, but it does tend to brick. But I'll explain that a little bit later. So that's it for the duels. On for the deck profile. So on for the deck profile of Brilliant UAs. I'll run through it real quick and explain it as I can. 1 Gem Knight Tourmaline and 1 Gem Knight Lazuli. Normally I go with 2 Tourmaline, but Ryan decided to take out 1 for the Lazuli because he's a scrub. But basically what this is there for, if you do your Brilliant Fusion first turn, and send your Tourmaline, if you got another Seraphonite back, or if you Augusto Emerald your Seraphonite back into the deck, if you draw into another Brilliant Fusion, you could dump the Lazuli instead of the Tourmaline, if you already used it, and then she'll add that Tourmaline back to your hand, so you can use it twice. I mean, realistically speaking, you can actually use Brilliant Fusion multiple times, as long as you resolve your Emerald, so that's okay. 1 Dunker, you only need 1, he's searchable, and he's basically your boss monster. 1 Blockbacter, you only need 1, yeah, he's searchable. 2 Rebounder, the best UA to me, because if he's normal summon or special summon during your opponent's turn, you can special summon 1 UA from your hand or graveyard. So what that really means is you could activate your stadium, normal summon your midfielder if you already have your Seraphonite up with your double normal summons, get a search for this guy, tribute off that midfielder for him, then special summon that midfielder back, and then bounce that midfielder for whatever you search for. So you can search for like your perfect ace, bounce that midfielder, get a free ace. So it's very good for advantage. He basically keeps your plays rolling, and he's just a very good card. 1 Goalkeeper, he's basically there for Beatrice plays. Beatrice sending your penalty box for your field spell, which is your stadium or your jersey or signing deal, is a very good thing to do. And he's pretty good. Being indestructible is pretty good too. 2 Slugger, he's okay at 2, I like him. He's basically your Amadius. He's basically your attacker of the deck if you don't have Dunker. If you're feeling a little bit hesitant, he's one of the best cards to go into if you're going for an OTK, because it can't be responded to, but he's very nice. 2 Perfect Ace, 1 Negate is very good per turn, but you don't want to have 2 on field. But I mean, you can, but realistically speaking, that's not going to happen. But he's good for what he's there for. Discarding your penalty box is very good. 1 Trick Clown because of Brilliant Fusion. What else can I say? 3 Midfielder, your playmaker. He's one of the best cards in this deck, other than, you know, Dunker and the Brilliant Fusion. But it's good. Getting your double normal summons, which means you could double searches with Stadium, helps keep your advantage up and helps you keep up with the game. 1 Rainbow Karibo. It's a very good card. It's one more thing you can dump with the Brilliant Fusion. It's as a graveyard effect, stops an attack, and it works as a hand trap. So if you draw into it, it's not that bad. That's it for the monsters. You want to keep it pretty small. You want to have more UAs than anything else, but you want to have other playmakers. So we do 2 Instant Fusion because Norden and Panzer Dragon. What else there to say? 1 Regeki because Board Wipe. 1 Rhoda, wish we had more. Only 2 Signing Deal. I was thinking about 3, but me and Ryan basically had a debate between whether we run 3 Signing Deal or 3 Twin Twisters, because the deck is pretty tight for space. So we decided to basically agree with 3 Twin Twister, because I'd rather have your plays not stopped than have your plays possibly stopped. I mean, if you can get rid of all that back row, it helps all your other monsters, but if that back row is still there and you summon a monster, something bad might happen to it. So it's better to be safe than sorry is basically what I'm saying here. 3 Terraforming because you need your field spell to get your pluses. You need it. It's why you run the Brilliant Fusion. 3 Brilliant Fusion because Seraphonite is such a good card. You can re-abuse her multiple times if she goes to graveyard if you have your Emerald, so it's good. 2 Power Jersey, it's just your OTK card. You equip it to any UA, they become basically your OTK machine. Is awesome. Free 1,000 attack, does double attacks, it's great. 3 Stadium because you need it. 1 Treacherous Trap Hole because of Fleesia. I tried Bottomless, didn't do too well. And 3 Penalty Box because dumping that with Beatrice or discarding it with Perfect Ace is a very good thing. So we do 1 Rafflesia, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Emerald, your standard rank 4s with Castel, 1 Heartland Draco. If you have your Brilliant Fusion up, you can just attack directly with this and they can't, you know, attack this. It's alright. 1 Giant Hand, I never made it, but it's a possibility. 1 Ragnar Zero for the, you know, BA matchup, because this deck could definitely take them, right? But 1 Shark Fortress, he's basically the one you go into one of the most with Panzer Dragon and one of your level 5 UAs. Makes something attack twice, so it's very good. One Durandal for some stun, one Beatrice because you can make it, and dumping a penalty box for a search is good. One Utopia Beyond to help with the OTK with Power Jersey, one Norden, and one Panzer Dragon for instant fusion. It's nice. One Seraph Knight for bullet fusion, and one Dante for Beatrice to float into. And the side deck is just some cards me and Ryan were debating on putting into the main deck. Either we didn't have room for it, or we just decided against it. But yeah, that is the Brilliant UA deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Put a comment down below what you guys think of the deck, whether I should add, what I should change. It's a pretty prototype build. We have been playing it for a very long time. It's just a very bricky deck in general. So I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed the duels. If you want to see this deck in action some more, I do have some duels between this deck and my Red Eyes Black Dragons, which I will link down below. So check that out if you want to see this deck some more in action. So hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to like the video, comment the video, and subscribe to my channel, which is ScreenCasterz, for more epic and amazing videos similar to this one. Once again, my name is YUGIOH for ScreenCasterz. I am signing out. See you guys.
Hurry up! Give me my subs!